Hey guys, hey Professor Matthews, actually, I should say. This is my final story pitch for JMC 701. The central topic of the story would be highlighting two individuals to showcase the variety of paths collegiate athletes take after college. There's always a stat that when you're growing up and you're playing sports, you get told a lot. 300,000 kids play a sport like basketball every year. 10% play in high school, 1% play in college, and 1% of that 1% plays in the NBA. Now, whether that stat's true or not, it is something that, we were all told and that we have all heard. Sorry. So for this topic, I would be highlighting two specific people. One of them, Zachary Owens, who I went to high school with at Crispus Attucks. He won a state championship there. He was able to go play college basketball at a variety of different junior colleges throughout the United States. He entered his name into the NBA draft, and after he was not selected, he decided to move on to professional basketball overseas, where he's played in a variety of different countries for a variety of different teams, having a variety of different roles. Right now, he's a starting point guard. Before that, he was a third-string point guard and had to work his way up. For Zach specifically, I plan on talking about that experience, how it was not getting his name called, how, what emotions did he have? Did he ever feel like giving up? Why didn't he give up? I feel like those are difficult questions, but knowing Zach, I feel like he will give me good answers that will give the audience, they'll be pulling for him by the end of this. At least I'm hoping. They'll see a young man who's trying to achieve his dream of playing professional basketball, and he's in almost a catch-22 where he's still good enough to chase that dream. And not only is that inspiring in itself, that he's putting faith in himself, in his body, and his skills to achieve this thing that, every kid dreams of, and that's making the professional league in the sport that they play in. The other individual, Macy Williams, who I went to college with at IUPUI, she was a star center for the team. She took IUPUI's women's basketball to their first ever NCAA championship tournament. And afterwards, she was drafted by the Phoenix Mercury in the 5th round. She had an opportunity to try out for the team in Phoenix, and she did not make it. Afterwards, Macy, she could have went on a similar path to Zach. She could have easily went overseas to play professional basketball, though she didn't. And learning about why she didn't, highlighting that story, highlighting, the star basketball player, why she's not going overseas to play. And then I'm hoping that, the same type of emotion is felt for her at the end of it all, that, people are pulling for her. People are feeling good about her. I want it to be almost like a feel-good story where, this individual who was a star basketball player is now back in her hometown, married to her high school sweetheart, doing a job that she loves and giving back to her communities in ways that she didn't think was possible as a little girl. Feel like highlighting both of those things, not only are these two incredible people that I will be able to interview, and each have very interesting stories I'll be able to highlight, though I also think it's widely interesting. You never really hear about the people that play college sports and then just don't make it. You get a lot of sports geeks in a room together. They'll talk about obscure Notre Dame football wide receivers all day. You never hear about them after Notre Dame. Same can be said for, Zach and Macy. Highlighting those individuals is not only important because it gives these stories, a voice, a platform, and they should be praised. But I also think, it will show the very real side of sports business. How Macy was drafted. I mean, the heartbreak of getting your name called out, shaking the commissioner's hand, getting a jersey with your name on it saying, congratulations, for this amount of time you're a part of the Phoenix Mercury organization, and then not making the team. How did that affect her, and how did she get to where she is now? I feel like it will be a very interesting topic to highlight. And then you'll kind of see the contrast of the central topic this individual, Mr. Owens, who is doing everything he can to make the NBA. And, not only am I pulling for him now, but I really hope that this story, can maybe generate some traction for him, if any, because, he definitely deserves it. Fantastic ball player. And really happy for him and really excited to highlight his story just because of, how much dedication I've seen him put into it and seeing how far he's come already. And I feel like just highlighting that is going to be very interesting and a very good feel-good story. For the interviews, I plan on doing a documentary style interview for both individuals. What I mean by that is the best parts of sports series like The Last Dance, the 96 Dream Team, any of the 30 for 30s that ESPN made back in the day. The best parts to me was where the interviewer was asking a question and within the actual content, it didn't catch that. So then, like, you introduce the video and it's their response and asking them a question to gain that response, but the audience doesn't know the question. Obviously, you will, and other graders will, of course. I'll make sure to add that. But just having that sort of cinematic effect for the interview, I think would be very cool, and hopefully will provide, a strong multimedia element to the piece. And doing the same thing, like I said, with both of them, with Macy, I am confident that this interview will be a lot more in my control. I can drive out to where she is. I can help pick a venue. I can call around different community centers. I have some friends willing to let me borrow lights and special cameras, microphones to, record and pick up this content. With Zach, it will be a little challenging. He is in a totally different country. There will be, I'm not sure the exact deadline for the project. There may be a chance that I'm able to snag this interview while he is in Indianapolis. Though if he isn't, I would love any feedback on, resources I can provide to him to make both interviews seem as much as the same as possible. Some thoughts I'm already having are things I can send him. Can I send him some, or Amazon him some LED lights to, put around the wall? Can I get him into a Zoom conversation on his laptop, but then he record on his phone? And then am I able to still create the cinematic effect I want with his answers and with his responses? So those are kind of the things that I'm bouncing back and forth now. Though, I feel like if that's what I'm dealing with, then I'm happy for it because I really love this topic. I really admire the people that I'm hopefully going to be interviewing. And I'm really excited to showcase the variety and the ways college athletes move on from college sports after they're done with it. So yeah, that's my story pitch. Hope you enjoy. Any feedback, Professor Matthews, is greatly appreciated. Feedback's always appreciated. Really excited for the topic. Hope you enjoyed the pitch. Thank you.